Hi Cancer, welcome to your October reading. So for this October, I think it's going to be very important for you to connect to your water side. I think there's going to be a lot of renewals and refreshers happening inside of your life, like whether it's big or little, it's definitely going to be things that are started over, refreshed, renewed, and you really get to express yourself emotionally. So in your past, what you were dealing with is the Seven of Swords in reverse. So I think that there was definitely some shadiness happening behind your back. I feel like this was done to you. But for some of you, you could have been the person being sneaky. What was the deception about? Three of Wands in reverse. So for a lot of you, I think there was lack of support given to you. So maybe you were being honest about how you felt about something or something that you wanted to do. And instead of those that you told being supportive, they ended up, maybe hating on you or not being honest about how they really feel about what you were doing. And so it kind of portrayed itself as not having any support. And I think that did bother you. For some of you, I'm not sure if you noticed that was what was going on, but it definitely looks like it was happening. And this could have been happening with a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. I think this is also saying that this started during Leo season. So this situation started to brew within that time. But I think you learned a lot from the situation. I think it made you boss up and, kind of prove your position or prove that you can do whatever you set your mind to. Now, who is this person? What signs could this be involving with Cancer? Sun, Moon, Risings, and Venus. What signs were involved in this past situation? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Pisces. So, someone involved that is also a water sign or has water tendencies to themselves. For those of you who are still dealing with that, what do they need to do now? What do Cancers need to do to close that chapter out? Princess of Cups. So in order to really heal from that situation involving that other person, you need to start respecting yourself and you need to acknowledge the situation and then reevaluate what you deem as self-respecting, what you deem as morally right for you, having self-worth and self-esteem. And so with that being said, however things may fall for that situation, just let it be. Don't try to force anything. Don't hold a grudge, most importantly. And just kind of move on with grace. I think it's more about just letting things fall. If you see the Princess of Cups on this card here, season is autumn, which is also known as fall. And so that's where what I think you need to do with this situation. You really need to just let the cards fall as they may, and how these leaves are just lying there. You're not doing anything to egg on the situation. You're not instigating it or anything. You're letting it go and letting it fall so that you can transition into new territory. And that may end up being distance or withdrawn or detachment from that person. But, that's just a part of the journey, a part of the process, the cycle. So when we move into your present energy for this month of October, we have Four of Pentacles in reverse. And then we also have the Death card in reverse. Looks like a lot of you were having some issues with money or maybe spending more than usual. You may be looking at that energy now, or you may be having to kind of extend your money in places that you weren't expecting. So, accidents popping up or you having to take care of things financially, that may be happening, or maybe you're low on money. Now, we also have the Death card in reverse here. So I am thinking that for a lot of you, this burden of financial issues may lighten during this time for some of you as well. So for some of you, you may be going through some financial issues, and then for others, you may be getting out of these financial issues, okay? Now let's see for majority, what scenario caused for money to be spent for either groups in the situation? Magician card in reverse. So I think some of you are just not being smart about your money. You're kind of just putting it wherever you see fit, not necessarily taking the time to look at the situation and then apply your resources efficiently. I think that's mostly what's the issue. And then also some of you are moping about the fact that you feel like you don't have enough money, but in reality you do, because you have enough to take care of the things that you need to take care of. And yeah, you may not have extra money to do extra things right now, but it'll come eventually. I think you're in this mode of kind of pitying yourself when really you're not in a bad situation at all. What this situation lets me know is during your October, you're really not going to be going through anything major. So I think you're finally going to be able to just let most of those heavier situations subside. Allow yourself to relax. Allow your spirit to, be able to just float in the ambiance of what's happening. Your only worries during this month will probably be with money. For a lot of you, I do think it'll be okay. How would this turn out for Cancer? It's going to turn out however you choose for it to. With the Knave of Swords, this is kind of all about your mentality, how you feel about something. It's how you're thinking. So are you thinking positive about the situation or negatively? What energy are you putting forth in this situation? That's how it'll turn out. So you kind of have way more control than you think. And I think it's, if there are any worries, that's the only thing that's really going to pop up. Now, who could be of assistance to help you during this time? For those of you who may need money. Okay, so we got the Cancer card. So you are going to be the person who can help you out with money. So you're either going to have to dig deep and find more ways to get money, hustle harder, work longer hours, or you may just have to be smart and diligent about what money you do have and spend it correctly. This could also be another Cancer that can help you out, but I do feel like for majority it's saying that you as a Cancer need to take responsibility for what's going on and handle your business, kind of grow up. Advice for Cancers in the situation, some motivation on what to do when they feel like the cards are stacked against them. 3 of Swords. In October, and when it comes to your finances, you may experience times where you feel like you are not having good times, or you feel unlucky, or you feel like cards are stacked against you, whatever. Just know that this is just a down moment and you're about to go back up. You just got to stay on for the ride. Now, if you start doing all this crazy stuff, being impulsive and doing things that won't help you in the future, planting the wrong seeds, this is how you get off track. So just stay on track, try to stay motivated, try to stay positive. Mindset is everything during this October for you, okay? And then just stay conscious of what you're spending your money on, and things should be fine, Just stay on track. The money is going to come back to you. You naturally attract abundance. And so for some of you, you may want to, work on doing affirmations or training your mind to think more positive so you can bring in that abundance, or also start working with crystals. I have a few videos on, what crystals can attract abundance. If you would like to get into those, I'll leave them in the description box. Just try to stay productive mentally and also physically. Now, moving on into your future, we're going to have a little sneak peek into your November. So we have the Ace of Swords here in reverse. So again, I think some lies and deception are going to be coming back in November. So I want to see who is this going to be involving right off the bat. Who's this going to be involving? Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus? Who's going to be lying to you in November? There could be a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or someone with Virgo qualities or tendencies that may not be 100% honest with you, okay? But being that this is the Mercury card, the Magician card, also this could be a Gemini. But what I also see this as is maybe if this person isn't lying to you, maybe their words are super, super harsh, that they are being too honest about or being too blunt about, and it hits you the wrong way. So what is this conversation going to be surrounding? Okay, so we have the Hermit card. So again, this Virgo may be the subject or the topic at hand. Maybe you've been keeping a secret or something that you're kind of ashamed of, something that you're trying to keep hidden. I think it gets talked about in November, and so this could cause for you to feel a little vulnerable, or this person may lie to you about how things went down because they don't want to be totally honest about things. And again, being that this is a Virgo, most likely, this person may have a tendency to try to point out things and project their feelings onto you. So be very careful of that, and just kind of stay mindful of what's being said and if it's actually making sense or not. What did this Virgo do, or what did this person do? What is the secret that's trying to be hidden? Okay, so we have the World card and the Emperor card in reverse. So this person that is a question could have had dealings with an Aries. And if that's not the case, then what I'm seeing with the World card here, something has already happened in the past, and this person is finally coming out about it now. but I think it's because they had to wait until they felt strong enough to do so, because I do think that they'll have some regrets about the situation, but I think they're going to be honest about them and kind of spill the beans and tell you what really happened. But I'm not sure where this is stemming from. When did this event take place? So in Taurus season. So that's May, generally speaking. So this could have happened in May or sometime during Taurus season. I'm also seeing Aries. So Aries or Taurus season. So those are literally right next to each other. So around those months. Okay. So this happened a little bit earlier in the year, and things are finally coming out into the light as of November. Whenever we have that reading, we'll definitely get more into that. So for the advice for when this comes up, how should you deal with this information? Ace of Wands is the advice. So whenever you are told about the situation, you need to try to transform your energy and start working towards something different. So instead of putting more energy into whatever happened in the situation, don't add more fuel to the fire. I think it's saying that you need to have a new course of direction. You need to move on to different things, have a new goal, have a new mindset. So for a lot of you, you will be leaving this person in the past because you feel like they just crossed the lines, okay? And for some of you, you may be forgiving them and starting a new relationship with this person. Whatever it is, we'll see in your next month reading, so make sure you are subscribed and you stay tuned for that. If you would like a personal reading or you want that November reading to come way faster for you and you want to know what's going on, you can email me for a private reading at lovefromaleo@gmail.com. Make sure you like this video so that you can let YouTube know that you enjoy this content. Like I said, make sure you are subscribed and make sure that bell is hit so that you are notified whenever I upload more videos like this. And yeah, I think that's it, y'all. Thank you for watching this video. I enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, Cancer.